and I'm gonna play that intro.
Nice pencil.
Hi friends, welcome to the Top Class Keyboard Chores for 11/25/2017, where we'll be doing things like we try to do.
Hopefully things that aren't too boring. But we're just gonna do our thing. Do we have a list on screen of what we're? No, I guess we don't have space for that anymore. Because you're a baller and you use two cameras. So if anyone's curious, I got my Revo One case in yesterday. The white version, the Earth Milk White. Ta-da! Man, pretty fancy. Very simple, but pretty fancy. Feels pretty darn good, man. And I also have a Top Clack branded acrylic plate I'm going to be working with, as well as a bootmapper client PCB. And I'm going to be using some Kale Burgundies, courtesy of Novelties.
You know what's really cool that Novelties has now that I'll be ordering from Novelties later today?
Lots of things.
Screw and stabs.
Yes.
Dude,
does he have 7U in yet?
No, not yet. But he has 2U and 6.25. I'm literally tonight going to be ordering like 24 2U screw and stabs. So as a little precursor, I'll be building a GON acrylic case today with a 6% PCB and some interesting switches. But I don't have enough 2U stabs, so I'm going to be desoldering my MX Mini, which is a board I never use anyways, so I can harvest some 2U stabs. Yay. I'll make it nice and quick, even dangerous.
Oh, well. Top Clack does love danger.
I've learned anything. Where is the GON from? Do you mean my GON MX Mini or my GON acrylic case?
Aren't they both from GON?
Yeah, I was gonna say they're both from GON at one point or another.
Yeah, hence the name. I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think
the acrylic case. I did order it from GON a month ago, and it came in yesterday, but I missed the mail because international. So I picked it up this morning at the post office. Where to buy? Was it a group buy? No, you can buy it directly from GON store, GONkeyboardswork.com. Or just look up GON Keyboards, and his site will be the first thing you can Google. It's Googleable.
Is GON still this popular in the community?
No.
I remember when I was a little bit newer, he was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I never see GON boards at all anymore.
So he's always had a really, really big issue with fulfillment. So his popularity dropped off really, really, really big. I'm not sure if it's been restored, but he had his vendor forum banned on Geekhack for a while until he could catch up with fulfillment.
Damn.
Thank you, Megaforce, in the chat for that link.
Yeah, I remember at one point people were complaining that GON was taking years to ship stuff.
Yeah, I remember he ran there's a mass shop ran the GON Crystal Nerd NS, which is the sandwich aluminum polycarb aluminum, and some people waited over a year for those boards.
Wow, pretty nuts, man.
Yeah. But I guess he's been doing better because my stuff came in, it exists. The people who are on our Discord know that we've been memeing does my case actually exist? Well, it exists. What? I got shipping information.
How long did you have to wait for it too?
A month.
Okay, so maybe
3 weeks actually. 3 weeks from payment.
And he's based in Korea, if I'm not mistaken.
In Korea. So it's supposed to be 2 weeks manufacturer time and then 1 week of shipping.
So maybe I guess he's caught up on all his fulfillment issues.
So the big issue is he has fulfillment issues for if you want him to build for you, build and live for you. Apparently if you just get components from him, he ships really quick because he doesn't need to do any work. He just packs it up, and that'll be that.
Gotcha.
I should move my camera so people can see that I'm I also want to say this is the most hilarious water bottle I've ever got. A little focus on my nice camera. It's just nice purified water.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's it's a Walgreens brand, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I feel like I've seen that before.
Yeah. I saw it the other day. I'm like, what? Nice.
That's funny.
Okay, let me move my camera. I'm going to my trackball so I don't have much space. I was going to play Overwatch, but that's going to be an after stream thingamabob I do.
Almost done cleaning up this plate.
You know, the cool thing about this PCB, it has 3 headers though, so you can have your USB port center, left, or right.
Nice. Nice. What is foreign Big Brother building? I am going to be working with a 60%. I got the Revo One case in, the white one. Pretty sweet. I'm going to be using that. I got a Top Clack branded acrylic plate with some very fancy work for the stabilizer region.
I'm hoping.
And then I got some Kale Burgundies I'm going to be using.
So I'm hoping for the final version of those plates, we might be able to achieve what I have on this GON acrylic plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you right now. So the cool thing about this case I have is you can put the PCB mount stabilizers after you solder the whole board, because the whole thing's, including even like the spacebar wire cutout, is completely cut out and open, so you can remove stabs and put in stabs even after the board's completely built.
Yeah, anyone that's familiar with winkeyless.kr boards, they tend to work the same way as well.
So I mean, technically, I don't even have to like you know, harvest these stabs right now, because I could just build this board and just not use it until I get new stabs in the mail. But it's not like I use this board ever, anyways. Could probably sell this as a cheap kit to someone on our Discord. If one on our Discord's looking for a 75% with the worst programming software. But I mean, it's already programmed with a numpad layer. 75% already has like most everything you need already.
I need to find my lubing brush. Then adjust my camera down to show what I'm working on, since I'm not super fancy. Actually, I guess I do have 2 webcams, but I haven't figured out how to use them simultaneously, and it seems like
something we'll want to take care of later.
Yeah, like I kind of tried it and it was like not really working, so I just haven't really put more time into trying it. Right. Not sure how my lube brush ended up all the way back here, but all right. So I'm going to hopefully not give you. I'm actually going to turn my webcam off for a second while I reposition it.
Actually, everyone, the secret is he's not actually changing his webcam look. Oh, he's doing that, but he was also changing.
I lied.
So you never know whether or not he's wearing pants.
I need to be able to see. I need to be able to see where I'm going with it. So I guess I can't actually do that. That should be good enough, I guess. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit. If I can figure out how to do that. The clasp mechanism that this uses is actually for this purpose is quite a bit worse than my other one. For this particular purpose.
Brian, does that camera have the thread mount at the bottom, like my current one, your old one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna buy you a like $5 desk tripod with Top Clack money then.
Oh, you know, I might actually, if the one
It's standard sizing. So if you
from
have
my pluggable mic, like the
it should be okay, possibly.
like this like this will probably work, right?
What's the pants joke originating from? I think originating from Brian putting a title for one of the top clack posts on RMK, which is like, come join us on a stream where you don't know if we're wearing pants or not.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off my camera again real quick, so nobody gets the vertigos.
The horizontal goes as you rotate it. This is some of the most cleanest desoldering job I've done for in a while. Yeah, Brian loves clickbaiting the ladies. But both on RMK and IRL.
Whoa.
Brian's like, is it 2 inches? Is it 3 inches? Meet me in real life to find out more.
Yeah, I'm like an ad on like the side of a porn site. Oh, maybe this doesn't have it. Hold on.
It'd be really weird if it didn't. TBH.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to take this particular part off though. Oh, apparently I can just pull it. Okay, not the same mounting for the microphone, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the microphone is a beefier one, since the microphone is pretty heavy.
Yeah. Let me just rig something up here that's really silly.
Ah, my favorite question. What temperature do you have for desoldering? 5 out of 5.
Oh, golly.
My soldering station does not have temperatures. It just has 1 through 5 on the dial. And I can actually technically crank the dial past 5. I don't know if that actually changes it, but it does go past 5.
Does it go to 11?
I wish. Does the manual not specify? I'm sure the manual specifies a range. I just don't know where the manual is, to be honest. I will look it up, though, in a bit for you.
Maybe this angle will be a little bit better for building.
That would be a good angle for building.
Fantastico.
Do they still make the MX Mini in that color? I don't know. You should look on GON's website to find. I'm sure he does. I'm sure they will. They would. This is like probably the only case color I know that really works really well with this key set IMO. Like most other things I've seen, doesn't come as close to looking as good as it does with this key set. Would you recommend your soldering equipment to a beginner? Any challenges when first started using it? Yes, I would definitely recommend my soldering equipment for beginners. It's great. The Hako was on sale for $65, but that was US only. Outrage Pudding is in France, so I'm not sure if that deal applies to him over yonder. But yes, right. Another good list of equipment, even though a bit more pricey than what I have, our partner Input Club. On their website does have a section for recommended soldering equipment. Their that's pretty in depth and pretty good. Lol, that just big chunk of solder I messed up on. There we go, fixed.
Okay, so the way these PCBs are designed are with the same kind of thing in mind. They do support the arrow key to use shift. So they got this Swiss cheese thing going on over by the right shift. So if you notice the stabilizer holes there and right there, they're like two holes side by side. They're kind of mushed together like to create one big long hole. That's really ineffective for me because that means I have to use a screw and stab there. I absolutely have to, otherwise it'll come out. So I'm already having flashbacks of the Alf.
When are you upgrading your iron Huey? I don't know, to be honest. Someday. Hopefully someday. I just recently spent money on top clack credit, basically, my own credit, to get a 3-axis gimbal for my camera so people can enjoy top clack video content without my juddery hands. Because I mean, like, damn. People be telling me I'm Michael J. Fox or something.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Where's my lube? What? New series coming by Quakems, by the way.
Yeah.
Where's my lube?
Where's my lube? What camera is Huey using for the close-up? I'm using a Lumix G7. Mirrorless 3/4 camera.
I guess I'm using Zeal stabs. Whatever.
Rip. Hopefully not round 1.
No, I'm pretty positive these are round 2. The downside is I am going to be using 6.25 shift because I literally do not have a 7U wire of any kind. And I don't have the energy to desolder another board, nor do I really want to.
Man, desoldering a board for you is like a second.
Yeah, I mean I want to do it though.
That's fair. I'm actually making great progress on mine. People can see.
Alright, so for the sake of having less stabs and less work, I'm going to go with the HHKB layout mostly. So I only need a grand total of 3 stabilizers. 2, 3.
Which is what you're using, Brian?
Kale Burgundies.
Nice-oo.
Nice-oo pantsu.
Keyboard Chores. How do Zeal stabs compare to GMK screw-ins for you guys?
They're both good.
Both good. Because they're both good, I don't think Zeal stabs are really worth the price difference.
Yeah. Basically that.
For all of you Top Clack fans, if you're interested in getting some GMK screw-in stabs, our partner Novel Keys has them in stock, and if you use the Top Clack promo code TOPCLACK, you'll get 5% off your order. So if you're looking to do a build in the future, you can pick up switches, you can pick up some stabs. It's pretty cool.
Yes, that.
I'm gonna be, oh man, yeah, I need chat's help in the future because like I have a lot of builds coming in the very, very near future, and I don't know what switches I should be using for my future builds. Oh yeah, to invisibility in chat, we have the same soldering station as you know. I'm using 5 out of 5 for my desoldering, and you can see how quick and easy I've been going through this. Build an ISO Mira Huey. No. I am kind of quiet. Okay, I should be less kind of quiet now.
Less kind of quiet. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I won't ever build an ISO board. No. It's okay, invisibility. I've killed a few PCBs soldering in the past as well. That's why instead of just upgrading my solder station, I do want to save up and get a 2-in-1 soldering desoldering station with a nice desoldering pump. Shit. There we go. Hey, you know, if you have a dead PCB, you should definitely, and you like that PCB, or maybe it's a custom PCB that you can't really get more of, you should definitely hit up Nice and Creamy, a user on RMK who does PCB work and PCB repairs. I just had Nice and Creamy my Duck Viper PCBs when they were acting up, and now they are hunky-dory. That man is a wizard when it comes to PCB and PCB repairs.
Yes, he is.
Like a literal wizard. I think he used like at least a level 4 spell to fix my PCB.
Damn.
You right?
He good.
Yeah. Like he had to use like raid reagents to get it working, but hey, it's good work he does.
That's not a paid advertisement either.
No.
Paid
I actually I actually paid him money to get my PCBs fixed. And so that's why I do support it, because he did a good job for me, and I always like giving a shout out to people who do good work in the community, because you know, the community should always be appreciative of people who do good and well for others.
Yes, that. Make sure if you do have questions for us, use the top clack tag so we can see them a little bit easier. That's really helpful. That'll pretty much ensure that your question gets seen and answered. If you do not use the tag, then we cannot make such guarantees. And for people that are wondering, I feel kind of sick today. So that's why I'm not quite as enthusiastic maybe as I normally am. Just feeling a little down. Probably getting sick or something.
Gotta start chugging that OJ, man.
That actually sounds really good too. I don't think I have any.
Gotta get that citrus in you. You know, don't want to get scurvy. Eat a lime.
Yeah. You need to take lessons from you and just eat limes.
I actually had a lime last week. It was delicious.
I don't think I've ever met someone that just like eats limes. Just like casually, like an apple. Let's eat this lime.
Avid user is asking us, did we have a great Thanksgiving?
That was okay. I didn't do anything like at all. I just stayed home. I think I played Overwatch and I just hung out on Discord and I ordered some Uber Eats.
I just hung out with family. It was aight. It was chill. I had 2 Thanksgiving dinners. It was a bit filling. IMO. It was their Asian American Thanksgiving dinners, so it's not like in addition to have like, you know, turkey and corn and mashed potatoes and stuff, we also had like fried noodles with lobster and like shrimp balls with sweet and sour sauce, things like that.
I do love me some balls of seafood.
Quick question, what's the best way to clean white keycaps? Are they ABS or PBT? That's very important when it comes to cleaning. Oh, look at how clean this desolder job is, guys. If you do a really good clean desolder job, you can most likely take the whole PCB off.
What a pro.
No, I didn't do this completely clean, though, so... Did I? No, I didn't. So I'm going to pop one switch out at a time to figure out which ones are giving me some issues.
I know a lot of people like those sonic cleaners for keycaps.
Ultrasonic cleaners, yes.
Ultrasonic cleaners, yes.
Those work for both ABS and PBT really well. You just fill them with isopropyl alcohol, And then you run the cleaner with your keycaps in for about half an hour, rinse them afterwards, and you are kind of set. One of these days we'll get one for Top Clack, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know Josh was telling me he has one that was like $30 on Amazon.
Yeah,
He says it works really well.
I've seen those. A lot of people recommended me. I know one of the guys I've talked to in the past. He sells a lot of used to sell a lot of Vint Blacks, and he'd just clean them with those before selling them. Huey, why you take keycaps? Laziness. Laziness.
I dig it.
Oh, clean these are coming off though.
It's because you're a pro, Huey.
I know. I'm a baller, shot caller, 20-inch rims on the Impala.
Holla. Getting.
Oh, I love that song. Why do I love it? Why couldn't 90s music still be in circulation other than on my Pandora stations? Okay, wow, this is going really well though, in terms of popping out all these switches. How is that lube life?
It's going adequately, as usual. Can't see any issues so far.
I don't even know what keycap's gonna put on this. Oh, see, that's a switch that's giving me issues. So, I gotta go back to that and re-desolder that. The rest of these are coming out pretty nice-oo.
Nice-oo, pensu. Mog Genius is asking us what switches we are both building with. I will be using Kale Burgundies from Novel Keys.
I need to think of like a name for these switches. So I guess for the time being, I'm just gonna call
Unholy Pandas.
Yeah, unholy panda. No,
wait,
no, what?
wait,
No, unholy.
You're not using...
Yeah, I'm not using. No, it's unholy clears. Yeah,
are you using MX clear stems?
MX clear stems in Halo housings, which feel really good.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking Unholy Pandas because that's kind of what I have going on for another time. Like I have my Halo housings and springs, and then I have Panda stems because it's like the exact opposite of a Holy Panda. I was just gonna call them Unholy Pandas.
Yeah, so I mean, unholy clears, I guess it would be. Or, you know, fake clears. Lucifer clears.
For clears, well.
Huey is so damn rough, makes you flinch. Dude, PCBs are so durable. If a PCB couldn't hold up to what I'm doing, it's a wonk-ass PCB.
Wonk-ass. You heard it here first, folks. Huey is also a trained professional.
Yeah, trained. Let's use that word.
See, it sounds more professional.
I mean, desoldering a board under 30 minutes. I'll take it.
Oh, totally.
Under 25 minutes, I think. I don't know when I officially started the soldering, but we've only been streaming for 30 minutes, including the pre-show stuff. Bam.
It takes a lot of people like 1 to 2 hours to even solder with a hand, desolder with a hand phone.
What? Man, such a bad habit. I was straight up about to throw this plate in the trash.
Wow.
Right?
That's pretty funny.
Okay, I will deal with that mess later, and I will get to this case, which is what I will be building with today. Does it use... Yes, of course it uses the same size hex because it's also a GON case. Derp. Let me take the plastic off, which is way easier than taking off paper Brian had to take off.
Oh yeah, I need to see this.
Well, here I go. I'm taking off one big piece. It's only the outside I need to take off anyways, so...
I guess I have to swap over to the stream to see it. Okay, so it's like just like a plastic film.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, like you get on like plastic electronic stuff.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
Asian people normally never remove.
It's actually like really satisfying to take it off. Then.
It feels weird because culturally, like I shouldn't remove it.
Really?
If you know a lot of Asian people, for some reason, like especially the old generation, don't remove Asian films. Plastic films from anything. Why, I don't know.
Huh. But interesting.
Where did you buy the case from? I got it from GON. From his website.
Same place you typically buy GON products from.
Yeah. Well, except it's PCBs. All people buy them from other places.
That's true.
So look, here are the screws, and look, there's no like hardware they screw into, so it looks like he just had the case tapped. That's my guess.
You know how I feel about tapping.
Is that how you feel about it?
Pretty much, yeah. I wasn't expecting you to be that accurate.
I aim for historical accuracy. Did you guys see the 1UP Keeb kits in Micro Center? No.
Yep.
I did not actually.
I did. Pete is selling his... I don't remember what he calls it. Like the skeleton TKL kits. At a Micro Center. I don't remember where exactly, but a Micro Center. And there was like he posted pictures of them on the shelf and everything. It's a skeleton TKL. I don't remember exactly everything it comes with. Excuse me.
How much
but
is
the
it going
price
for?
$378 US.
Does it come with a soldering station?
I am unaware of those details. It did not look like it,
like
but
what does that 377 include?
I'm not sure. Hopefully someone could post a link and maybe talk about it. Columbus, Ohio. There you go. That's where it was.
Here's the top housing. Here's the bottom housing. Let's grab a PCB.
Yeah, I mean it's cool to see stuff like that in like an actual like big name retail store. $378 for a skeleton case seems a little outrageous for me, but maybe it comes with a lot of stuff I don't know about. I mean, I imagine it comes with, obviously the 2 plates, your mounting hardware, a PCB, hopefully stabilizers, switches, caps, cable. I hope it comes with everything, at the very least. And yeah, maybe a soldering kit to put it all together or something. That would be pretty cool too.
Oh man, my case be glowing.
Oh yeah?
Not a GON PCB for people wondering. Same PCB Brian's using actually. Oh,
yeah, which I don't know if this PCB has a name. It's actually yet to hit the market.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be a very good budget alternative to, well, anything else really.
So I'm gonna get my switches out and start popping them in because this is not a. The only thing that the PCB for this just attaches through to the plate via the soldering. That's all. There's no standoffs or anything. For those who might be curious.
What about those that are bi-curious?
Well, then they can... Hold on, let me find my switches. Where are my switches? Where is my super suit? So right there, I've used my label maker to label my bag. MX Clear Stem, Halo Housing, Halo Springs. I have a label maker. I love using it because it keeps me nice and organized.
Organization will set you free.
Ring, ring, ring.
If anyone can tell me what that quote's from, I'll be really happy.
Oh, right. These, the switches on this mount reverse. Derp. On the PCB. The north-facing LEDs, not south-facing, like you might be traditionally used to.
Oh.
Nice little heads up. Damn, this plate is thick.
All right. I got...
The best part is I can install my stabs after I solder the switches. I do need to solder some switches though, so this can like stay together. Because I do not have PCB mounts switches like I wish everything was. What am I sure about? I don't know what you're talking about, Invis. I'm sorry, I missed the context of that.
I did as well.
Oh, the stabs? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've done it because I used to own this same exact thing. I mean, look. So while my soldering iron warms up, you can see that I have the plates and the plate and PCB on each other. And while the PCB is on top, I am just going to do a little bit of this, boop, and a little bit of that. Yep, bam, bam, green eggs and ham.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know what to say to that.
Now all my switches are falling out because everything's loosey-goosey. But yeah, it is actually a really cool concept, having the plate cut out so you can put the stabs later. Or if there's anything wrong with your stabs, you can always take them out and fix them without having to desolder a whole board. Isn't that cool? No, it's not cool.
Avid User 2 asks, what size keyboard do you miss/want next? I need a nice TKL. I do not own a nice high-end TKL.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my E8 lol, my Mira lol. A nice high-end TKL. I mean, neither Brian or I technically own the time. Top Clack owns the time. So none of this can really count it as well.
I guess
yeah, right.
It's perspective, I guess, at that point.
That's true. We are Top Clack at the same time, so I mean, it's
exactly.
both of ours.
Yeah.
It's like joint custody. Like, oh, okay, time. You get to spend a month with Brian.
Yeah. Give me that holiday custody.
Huey, you're supposed to show up with him at 5 o'clock. I've been waiting for 2 hours now. Sorry, Brian. I love my keyboard so much.
I'm not actually sure which spot I need to use for the normal left shift. I'm hoping it's this one. I guess we will find that out. Because there's two spots for it. So kind of like you get to choose your spacebar layout, you get to choose your left shift layout, and I've never really done this, so I'm gonna assume it's the innermost one.
I believe in you, Brian. Choose your Pokemon. I might have to make more of these switches on stream as well, because these were originally just the housings I got from my original build, which was on my X60, which will be using maybe 1 or 2 more switches than this board. But that is okay, because I have enough extra parts to make more of these switches, because I am sometimes prepared.
Wow, interesting. Right? What's that like?
So I actually want to ask chat. Someone in our Discord said they don't like north-facing LED switches because they make GMK or just make keycaps sound weird. I personally don't care or think it really matters. But what do you guys in chat think about that? Do you think the orientation of where that opening for where an LED would fit could matter?
Really? People think that affects the sound?
One person did. I don't know anyone else who agreed with that person. But I know one person did in our chat. And I was like, that's a really interesting thing to be picky about.
I had never noticed, but I've never had a board like, because I mean, to test something like that, you would need
the same.
You would need that exact same board. Like you'd have, like, all of those parts would have to be control, except for the switches. That's like your only variable in this experiment. So, I honestly don't know. That's interesting to think about, if nothing else. Okay, I got my stabilizers in. I'm going to test those real quick.
God, I just love that I can put these stabilizers in on top, like just after the fact that things get starting soldered on.
Yep. Oh. I need some PCB mount switches.
I wish, oh man, gotta convince Input Club to pay for more molding costs to make KO PCB mount switches a thing, right?
Yeah, man. Come on.
I know some people have complained about this kind of thing with like being able to remove your stabs, but I mean like because like you're like, oh, sometimes when I pull keycaps off for like my enter and backspace, a stab will come up with it. I'm thinking like, but why is that an issue when you can just pop it back on? I've had boards where when you try to take out the enter or backspace key, the stabs pop out as well, and then you need to desolder or use like small metal picks to fix that issue. So when I build this board, I'm very careful to make sure I solder my backspace not crooked, otherwise it will mount weird. When are you building with the new Zelio 67 grams?
Probably soon. Zeal, I think Zeal already sent me some, or he is incredibly soon. So that shouldn't be too long from now.
Nice.
I don't know if he's sending me 67 gram. I don't know if he's sending me 78 gram. I don't know if he's sending me both. So it'll kind of be a little bit of a surprise.
Actually, I'm gonna get my... Where are my calipers?
Dude, I barely know what a 6.25 spacebar looks like these days.
Right?
This is the first build I've done with one in a really long time.
Should I put a Hako clear switch in my escape or my spacebar?
Yeah.
Okay. I got my calipers out. I want to see the thickness of this plate. On. 0. Bingo. Ho, ho, ho. Oh.
Yeah.
Golly gosh, everyone, this is how thick that plate is that I am using. It is 5.26 millimeters thick.
People like them thick.
So none of this, you know, this 1.5 millimeter aluminum stuff. Nah.
Nah, bruh. Oh, whoops. I'm stupid. So, in my infinite stupidity, I actually forgot that that this top clack plate only supports 7U spacebar because it uses the proper bottom row. And I am not building with the proper bottom row. So rip me, of course, nothing can ever go as planned.
My guy. My guy.
So that's really unfortunate, but I have come slightly prepared.
Plan B?
Plan B, I do have a brass plate from Mechanisk.
Oh, nice. Who?
That I've kind of just had sitting here for a really long time now, like since I got my Fiel. So I'm going to go ahead and put that to work. It's a shame I can't use the top clack plate at this moment, but that will be done very soon. I'll probably use it with my 5-degree case when that comes in, which I actually just got notification that it's shipping. So that'll actually be sooner than later.
We'll be building our 5-degree cases together because I need to wait for my 2U stabs to come in from Novel Keys.
Yeah, I'll probably have to get more stabs before that build anyways.
Because I have enough. I've 7U wires on deck, but no 2Us. Hence, you guys saw me desolder a board earlier to grab these 2Us.
All right, brass it is. Brass will look good with the white too, no? Like that could be.
Yeah. Remember my E6? I got that brass and white.
Yeah, this could be a good thing. Maybe not necessarily a blessing in disguise, but you know, something.
You are a good thing, Brian.
Damn, dude, that's wholesome. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting some switches in.
Switches. Guess I'll start soldering, and when I get to the bottom row, I'll get to the bottom row.
That tends to be how it works.
Start with this backspace that I just have to try my best to make sure it is soldered, not crooked. Was there any good Black Friday deals on keyboard related for the enthusiast community? No, not really. If you're into like entry level, or you have a friend who are into entry level keyboards, there are probably some for, you know, Cooler Masters or Corsairs or Razors or things of that sort. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was only looking for one thing Black Friday, and I got it.
There was an RMK thread, like a sticky, where people could post Black Friday deals, and if you go through the comments there are several things that you'll find, but a lot of them are entry level or just like accessory stuff like cables and sleeves, things of that nature.
So since I do need to make at least like 2 or 3 more, I'm gonna show everyone real quick how I made my switches and how to really easily open kale switches because for some reason people still have issues with
A
opening
lot of
kale
people
switches.
have a lot of troubles with
So
those.
I'm gonna go over real quick how to open these kale switches with a flathead screwdriver. Really nice and easy peasy lemon squeezy. So step 1, choose a nice thin and small flathead screwdriver, like so. And then, so as you know, for kale switches, they have a tab on focus each side. So what I did is I start in a corner, I get the flathead screwdriver underneath, and I move it to the middle portion. And then I just lift, so it lifts up on top of the tabs it clips on. I go to the other side, same thing, start from a corner, wedge it in, go to the middle, and when I lift the second side, bam, the whole top housing now comes off. Easiest thing. Took quicker than like using switch top removal for a normal Cherry MX keycap, basically.
It took quicker than Mega Force in bed.
Oh man, lots of things are quicker than that though.
Are these Kale Burgundies? Yes, these are indeed Kale Burgundies. Burgundy on brass on white. It's going to be a very interesting color
I'm
build.
gonna start soldering and then I'll build those switches when I need them.
I was about to ask if I want stepped caps lock or not, but I'm not even going to ask.
I didn't even ask because I know the answer.
I mean, I always know the correct answer, but, you know, sometimes people are like,
But what
For
about
royalty?
mouthwash?
Yeah.
Did I own any ergo boards besides the VEA? Yes, actually, I've owned lots of ergo boards other than the VEA. I've owned the Matthias Ergo Pro. I've owned an Ergo Docs. I've owned a Diverge 2.
Kinesis, right?
Kinesis Advantage. I had a review on that as well. I feel like I'm forgetting something. VEA, like you mentioned. So I am. Oh, I have also my Northgate Evolution as well. OmniKey Evolution, which is a split Alps keyboard.
Your Model M15.
Model M15, also own that. Good call. Yeah, I'm quite familiar with ergonomic and split boards. I like the concept. I just haven't really found one that's really perfectly clicked for me. The VEA was probably the closest so far that I found that I've truly really enjoyed for split. But I'm still hoping I can find the next one. I'm looking forward to the links that Coda has been working on. Split 65%. I know VEA round 2. I wonder what changes, if any, they'll be making there. But always the issue with VEAs is the price. Yes, the battery is blinking on the solder cam. I will change that right now for you wonderful folks. And I'm gonna turn on the fan because it's hot in my room.
Is it pretty warm where you are right now?
Relative to you, yes. For where I live, it's on the chilly side. I mean, it doesn't snow where I live, so
It's been like about 40 most days here lately.
that's too cold.
It's perfect. Oh, whoops, I forgot to test my bottom row switches before I put my keycaps back in the bag. Whoops.
My solder cam's gonna go off for a moment while I swap the battery.
Runaway switch. Ooh, lots of questions coming in. What else do you think of the Ergo Dock? It's been considered building one.
Do you have big thumbs?
A lot of people really like the Ergo Docks, if you're into that sort of thing, but I feel like everyone else doesn't really care about it. It's a learning curve, that's for sure, if you've never done anything like that before. Millet says, Nice-oo. Planning on doing my first linear board soon. Was thinking box blacks, but I'm hesitant since lubing them is apparently not good. Would you guys recommend box blacks, regular kale blacks, or burgundies? I think they're all good, but I would agree that the non-box switches take better to lubing, but also in the same vein, the box linears are probably the smoothest out of the group, out of the box, because they have an automatic, like they're self-lubing, honestly. Like that little like green tab on how like they actuate, that's actually like there's lube on that too. So just it just constantly lubes its own leg. You know, I wish I had the same feature.
So not only that, I'm gonna grab a box switch right now and show my nice fancy camera. If you look at the bottom of box switches, focus, Mr. Camera, you see a little hole, and in that hole you can see the solder go up and down. So as dust and stuff accumulates in the switch, and you push, every time you push the stem down, it actually ejects dust with pressure out of that bottom hole. So your switch won't get scratchier because of dust like old Alp switches will. It actually does eject dust and other stuff from that bottom, which is also why it doesn't take as good to lube. Because if you put too much lube, it'll eject the lube out of the bottom. So yeah, fun fact. They are, in a way, self-cleaning switches in that regard as well. I'll talk to Hata about that quite a bit. Okay, let's go back to soldering. Soldering. And solder world, gonna solder boards. Like for me these days, I'm not so keen on soldering switches, just stabs, because of the time investment. So honestly, like for me personally, I'd go with switches that I wouldn't have to worry about lubing to get a super good feel. But if you're into lubing, I mean, yeah, don't get a box switch. I'm not the best for that.
Yeah.
And
It's not to say you can't do it. It's just
yeah, not as beneficial.
Not as beneficial, yes.
Did any of us enter the jet fire? No, I did not.
What is? I also did not.
Is this switch going to stay insistently being crooked? Because if so, switch, I'm going to replace you with a switch that won't sit crooked because it's not a punk. Gonna still go with box and don't really need to lube, just wanted the option. Yeah, understandable. Understandable. Well, if you do want the option, it's also best to make sure you go with a switch top removable plate with a non-kale housing, since you can't really open those when they're mounted. If you don't want the lube to lube, but you want the option to lube, it's good to get switches that open normally on the top with switch top removal and get a switch top removable plate. So you can install them, use them, and decide whether or not you want to lube them. If you do, you don't have to desolder. Just remove switch tops, lube.
I'm gonna hope I got these correct. That one looks good. That one is off.
Soldering life going well. This is good. Things are happening.
Things are thinging. Okay, I think I got. There we go. I got the right side right. Victory on the left side.
I realized, Brian,
What?
this whole time we've never had a playlist going.
Oh my God, Huey.
Right?
I trusted you.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
It's down. Let me open up
You
the
must-
watch together and I'll pull something up.
I'm gonna need you to commit Count Dooku.
Okay. Count Dooku, please. Count Dooku, I want your dueling lightsaber style all over me. All against Obi-Wan's defensive style. So, random note for anyone in chat who may be curious, which episode 2 will be coming out the next few days, as well as my review for Hako Trues. Woo!
Woohoo! Avid user 2 is asking me, since I lube a lot of switches, do I mix my own lube or do I use singular? I do not mix my own lube at the moment, but it's something I've definitely considered. I kind of just try lots of other lubes.
Okay, Brian, I've linked you the watch together if you want to also indulge in the music.
Fantastic. I will open that up momentarily. There we are. Thoughts on how Cherry Silent Blacks compared to Telios or Kale? How would you rank them in smoothness? Silent Blacks, I would rank them a little bit under Kale and definitely under Telios in terms of smoothness.
Silent Blacks are definitely a switch I say you should definitely lube if you want a really smooth switch.
Yeah.
I lubed my Silent Reds and they feel pretty nice.
Yeah.
Took a while for the Krobit grade 0 to settle because of how viscous it is, but once it did, it started feeling nice. Oh shit! Desoldered that one and remount it. Dude, I need to get a new desoldering pump soon. I feel like my desoldering stump's like on its last legs.
Oh.
Like dead serious. Like sometimes like it just does not pump effectively.
Whoa. I'll check my short shift to make sure I got that placement alright as well. Caps lock is 1.75, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Looks like all my switches are Gucci.
Whoop, whoop.
So I'm going to begin soldering momentarily. And throw some caps on this supposed bad boy.
Can I measure plate thickness again? Yeah, give me. Let me finish soldering. And I'll measure this plate thickness again for you, buddy.
It was 5.2 millimeters.
Something like that.
If I recall the number.
These switches definitely don't stick in as far as switches normally would on a normal plate, I will say. They're pretty shallow on how much they stick in. So that kind of makes sense that it is bigger than what Cherry spec calls for. Which usually things like those specs are usually a bit over-designed. Yeah, these don't sit as well as, you know, like a normal PCB. Like the legs definitely are barely, you know, clearing these pads, and they're mounted as deep as I can mount them.
That's impressive. You tend to mount things very deep, Huey.
Yeah, so deep, put these switches to sleep.
Oh boy. Wow. 2 in the morning, got the fat burger. All right, so I'm gonna warm up my soldering iron here. Hopefully. Got my solder and my my brass sponge for cleaning there. First, I'm going to make sure I have all my switches in while my soldering iron warms up. Switches in all the way. Now there's a little Renegade one right there.
I'm pretty bad because usually I do that as I solder because I'm like, that doesn't look like the other switches.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just going to go through and give them all a pretty hard press to make sure.
Oh yeah, I need to put more music. That was just a single song.
You need to be more prepared with playlists, I think.
I always forget that this site doesn't have like autoplay next video like YouTube does.
Oh yeah.
So I do need to make more switches very soon. By very soon, I mean after I solder these next 2 switches.
And all my switches are in. I'm going to check to make sure all the pins are coming through the through holes.
Also,
better to fix all this stuff beforehand.
This weekend I need to work on my next batch of stickers too.
Oh, cool.
I've been getting quite a few PMs. I'm like, I'm sorry guys, I'm out of stock and everything, and I'm not planning on stocking until I have new designs. Because I save money when I order in bulk.
Yeah.
As common sense will usually dictate. So anyone who enjoys my stickers, please be patient.
All right, all of my pins are through. I'm going to go ahead and solder. So last time, apparently, when I used my fume extractor, it wasn't very loud.
No.
Interesting. I'm going to turn it on and hopefully keep my mic on, but if it's loud, I will just mute my mic for temporarily. So let me turn that on right now. Can you guys hear that at all?
Okay, now it's loud today for some reason.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself then. This won't take too long.
Will there be a Huey and Brian sticker? Yeah, probably. How much was the GON case including shipping? I think it was like 120. I mean, check in a bit. Is Brian building his Revo case? Yes, he is. One, two, three, four switches. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to build 2 more of these switches, and I will be set. Oh no, 1 more. Just 1 more. But yes, I'll actually check on that final price for you as soon as I finish this build. That's the unmodified one. Feel the difference. Warm my soldering iron up again. Boop. Put that there. Take this step out. Just like that. Close her up. Switch songs. People talking about QC and Matchshop. He says he didn't have any issues with blemishes or anything on his case, but he didn't receive any screws or rubber feet. Fortunately, he has both of those things already. But no, he's as far as Brian has looked over his case, he hasn't had like any scratches or cosmetic issues, just missing parts. Which, I mean, at least for Brian, he has spares of all those things. But like for a lot of people who are newer in the community or newer to building, they might not just have like extra screws or feet on hand. I'm sure Matchshop will, get them for it and ship it to them, but it's still kind of like unfortunate IMO. But hey, it's still happening at least. Hopefully those people with cases with issues get resolved too, because dang, that's unfortunate. Where can you buy extra rubber feet? Depends what kind of rubber feet. I bought like some the other day. I'll show you. I got a nice little variety pack. I got some round but squared off ones. I got some round and circular ones of different sizes. I got just some like chocolate bar looking ones. And some smaller round but squared off ones. Amazon. Just look up 3M. Rubber bumpers or rubber feet. I'm actually probably going to use those rubber bumpers for this instead of like the GON feet because of the angle. TBD. TBH. Oh, on a roll. An honor roll? No, just kidding. That was bad. So bad. Okay, let's mount some switches. Where's that shift key? Make sure that these are lined up. Cool. I know those are mounted in the correct place. Make soldering nice and easy. tin my solder. Good. Do. Okay, oldie but a goodie. This playlist. Turn the volume up just a little bit because it's. I like this playlists. Do you mind sharing the playlist URL? I will share it on our Discord in a moment. Just wanna. Cool. I think I'm done. I'm gonna go with my key tester and test everything out. God, these are arrow keys by default. Cancer. Okay, everything's working. Cool. Let's reassemble this case and choose some keycaps. A. So what keycap should I throw on this, everyone? Brian's so quiet. Yes, Brian is muted because he's a fume extractor on his soldering iron, and can be quite loud from time to time. And so to prevent deafness of the human variety, he has elected to mute himself for the well-being of your ears. My shirt color is hitting the spot right now. Don't you know orange along the top clock colors, man? I'm repping the brand. But yeah, it's a real random shirt. There we go. Countersunk screws are the way to go. I don't know, you guys, whenever I screw things in like this, like cases, I always like start with the outside screws first and work my way inside. I know if like you're careful and you don't over torque things, it's never really an issue, but it's just a thing I like to do. You know? Man, I should put on these playlists when we play Overwatch. I'll groove on Overwatch. Alright everyone, this keyboard is, aside from programming, done. I could put these, okay, so these are the feet that came included. These GON rubber feet. I mean, what do you guys think? I don't think I'm feeling them. I think I'd rather put just like, you know, some chunky black feet on the bottom. They give just a tiny bit, like 1-2 degrees of angle, or even flat. I don't know. What do you?
All right, guys.
Ooh,
theoretically, I'm back.
Welcome back. Ooh.
Go ahead and do a little tester on this. Make sure everything works.
I like how the default setting for these RGBs is like
pretty darn bright.
Crazy mode, bright and just like party. Negative angle. You're right. Actually, negative angle is comfortable. I've used it before. Do I want to do negative angle? Man, you've just incepted that idea in my head now, Anchorbait. Chunky feetsies. I mean, you set up the RGB to sync with the. Ooh. Yeah, if I knew how to do things like that, I'd consider things like that. Okay, I'm gonna go see if
all right,
program.
all my keys appear to be working. That's a good start. I'm gonna open up Bootmapper Client just to make sure this actually works with Bootmapper Client. Before I lose my mind, I've been told these do work with Bootmapper Client.
Dude, if they don't, I have arrow keys that are like stupid. I'm gonna try visible down. Oops, 2 down. Where's my Bootmapper Client? Okay, let's go to what, download?
Yep, so not working.
Oh, I got it.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wait, mine's not plugged in. That's probably why, right? I bet that's actually surprisingly important when you're doing this.
My dude.
I forgot I unplugged it after testing the keys.
Oh.
All right, that's looking a little bit better.
What's that arrow? That's delete. Okay, so I need to change that up and that delete arrows to not up and delete. Let's put that there. That there. Where's my up? Where's it? Up and delete. Okay, so up needs to be my FN. No, up needs to be my shift. Up. You are right shift. Delete. You are FN. Okay. And now we have right needs to be my right control. Down needs to be my right GUI. Shifts. Those are fine. That's all. It's gonna be Windows and everything else. Okay, so that's that. And if I go to my FN layer,
Bam. That's how long it should always take me to program a PCB.
huh?
Less than a minute.
FN space is for RGB mode. Cool.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
For the backlighting?
Yeah. According to the FN layer I'm looking at. I'm just gonna upload this for now, and I'll do the FN layer later.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll mess with that later too. Everything appears to be working hunky-dory for me, so I like seeing that. Bootmapper client, awesome.
Yep. Everything's programs. I just need to do my function layer, which I'll do later. I'm set. Let's see, function. Oh, yep, that's definitely for RGB mode. Okay, that's.
Olivia says classic Bacon's. Damn, dude. Feels bad, man.
No, I'll do crazy mode.
Alright. Now I go hunt down some screws. Which I should have, probably.
Actually, well, I guess while Brian does it, I will do my FN layer, because it's easy for me to do. Okay, what do I want to change? I want to change my arrow cluster here. So that's going to be open bracket. Where are you, open bracket? Open bracket, you are going to be up arrow in my FN layer. And then next is my apostrophe key. I want you to be right. Next is my colon key. I want you to be left. And then my question mark key, I want you to be down. And then L, I want you to be page up, less than, or greater than, I'm sorry, I want you to be page down. K, I want you to be home, and less than, I want you to be end. I'll upload this now. Yep, okay, cool. Brian, someone's asking, how's that milk enamel?
It's freaking sweet, man.
It looks
like,
freaking sweet.
Yeah, like it's actually a pure white. It looks so good. And it feels equally as interesting. I'm just adjusting my plate assembly so where it's about even on all sides, so it's not more gap one way or the other.
Thank you, this GON case does look pretty nice. I'm just trying to slow down the RGB effect. I don't mind the RGB effect, I just wanted to slow down.
Hopefully these screws also work. I really only need like 3 screws here. Whoops. That's not what was supposed to happen.
Oops. Options, settings. Oh, that's reverse. So the RGB transition speed on Bootmember client, it goes from 1 to 250, with 1 being the fastest speed and 250 being the slowest speed. What?
That's pretty weird.
I was like, it's at 1. Why is it going so fast? That's fine. Okay, so I do want to switch Just gradually. This is gradual, right?
You're gradual.
Thank you. Maybe if I decide on one key set to keep on this, I'll keep it. I'll choose a color for it and keep it that way. For now, I'm gonna have it switch while I look for a keycap set. Choices, everyone. I have some KA 2017. I have some. What else I have? I have some Hyperfuse.
Okay, those are not the right size, unfortunately, so I'll have to scavenge a little bit more. I figured it might not be quite that easy. You know what, though?
What, Brian? What?
I'm gonna go ahead and take a wild guess and say that these screws, these couple screws that I'm not using for the ALF, will work here.
They probably will. I got some Sewware. Got some Honeywell. I got some I got some Iris. You guys can't even see like all this.
What color is the housing?
Frosted.
Frosted. Oh wow, so you have like pretty much any option in key sets?
Yeah, so Honeywell, Iris, Sewware, Hyperfuse, KA 2017. Triumph Adler.
Oh my god, victory.
Cyan.
I'm so smart, guys. Unreal. I should have like my own keyboard live show, you know?
You should, Brian.
Oh wait.
Oh, wait, hold on. What?
Oh wait, we do that already.
Yeah, those are my options, everyone. So what do y'all think? It's a polycarbonate housing, so it kind of goes with like anything I choose. I need to put some rubber feet on this. Nice collection. Thank you. Thank you. One second. I have returned. It looks like people are saying Sewware, Honeywell, not Iris. Oh, actually, yeah, Royal Alpha as well.
Please not ISIS. Don't use the ISIS key set.
Oh yeah, I forgot Royal Alpha. I just took that off my GON MX Mini. That is also an
Transfer it
option,
from one GON board to another.
right? It's probably like the only other board that would go with that set. Unless I got like a white Revo. So yeah, those are my options for them key sets.
Bam, 3 screws in. That's all I need.
Screws.
GG. I found some bump-ons that'll probably work for me, so that's cool.
I still need to put my bump-ons on.
I'm gonna clean up a little bit, then I'll put some caps on.
Yeah,
And then we will be hunky-dory.
clean up later. That's future Huey's problem.
Yeah, I like cleaning up before caps though. It's like something about just extra satisfying.
I had to clean my whole room tonight, so I mean, like, I can just save it for when I clean everything. People are saying Sewware, so I guess I'll go with the Sewware and I'll see how it looks. Sewware does have a lot of, you know, R's, G's, and B's for the accents, right? So
Yeah, could be cool on a neutral case like that.
exactly. So I'm gonna do no feet, none of these fat feet. But I'm gonna use different sized bumpers. I'm gonna use bigger bumpers on the front than the back. So it's gonna be like a super like a one degree angle, essentially. Actually, one thing I'm a bit bothered about GON is, so he does include rubber bumpers two for the feet and 2 for the back of the case. I wish he included 6 bumpers so you could go flat and still have the bumpers on your feet as well. But because he only includes 4, you're kind of restricted to either using his feet or having a flat case unless you buy extra bumpers. Which I guess I do have extra bumpers. I don't know if mine would fit his. The ones I got. The ones I got are pretty big. Let's see, would they? No, they wouldn't. I don't know if I'll go with negative angle today. Probably should go flat angle today, actually. Keep it boring, you know?
Wow, you're right. That is boring.
Yeah.
This playlist, Huey.
Yeah. It's so groovy, right?
It's pretty groovy.
This is literally what I listen to when we play Overwatch. Like, all the time.
This playlist in particular?
This one and another one. Usually the other. Oh, usually I switch between. I have a few.
I am not using the intended bump-ons because mine do not come with bump-ons, but these will work just fine.
Done. Bump-ons installed. Now to do these keycaps.
Oh man, we are like side by side right now.
Yeah, right?
You're gonna want me in keycaps though. It takes me forever to do that.
It's okay, my dude. Practice makes better. I got used to doing keycaps all the time for like different photos and stuff for different boards.
Alright, I'm going with GMK Hydro, at least for right now.
QWERTY. I forgot how tight these stems are for MX clears.
Do I go with accent keys or do I go no accent keys? I'm usually a no accent key
I
guy,
saw
but...
one with accent keys earlier today on RMK. I don't know if you saw that post, but someone had Hydro with the white case as well.
What? Someone did this already?
Someone did that already.
Damn it!
I'm dead serious. Someone did it already, and it looks.
I believe you.
Goddamn beautiful.
With the accent?
Yeah, with the blue accents. Yeah.
Alright.
It was beautiful.
People are already saying accents anyway, so I guess I'll do a couple of the enter and escape or something. I haven't really been looking at chat, sorry. Ebenezer2 asks, what is your current favorite GMK sets? My current favorites, which it's usually ever changing, just because that's how it usually works. I really like Oblivion. I really like 9009. I like Stormtrooper. Simple stuff like that.
My current favorite? I honestly couldn't say right now. I'm really liking my dual set that I have on my my X60. But yeah, I'm like Brian. It changes a lot depending on my mood, what keyboard or keyboards I'm using. You know, depending on what's cool at school, as the kids say.
Yeah, I like to be a cool kid, so you know that's how I do it. Soren asks, "Oh, is this the Revo One?" Yes, this is indeed the Revo One. Anchorbait says, "You should put a bump on in the middle of the board. I found on one of my sandwich cases it bends a bit in the middle. Putting one there makes it a bit more solid." Not a bad tip. Not a bad tip.
I'm not as ham-fisted of a typer nowadays because the Hawko clears have kind of opened my mind to the possibility of maybe not always bottoming out. But I feel like as soon as I start really typing on this board and not the Hawko Trues for the first time in like 2 weeks, like I'll start bottoming out again anyways. One kind of mushy stab that I need to probably re-lube at this point. That's why.
Show me short shift. Hydro has so many keys.
So if anyone makes holy pandas and you're wondering what to do with your leftover housings, I actually would recommend doing what I did and making these fake halo clears by using the stems of MX clears. Maybe the stabilizer popped out. Yeah, I'll check in a second. Fortunately, with this case, it's a super easy fix.
Oh yeah. Do I want bars or do I want scoops?
Scoops all the way every day.
Okay.
It's a hard scoop life. Where are my X and O keys? Have they been kissing and hugging other keys? Here's the O. And where are the X? There's the X. And where's my FN? There's my FN and I'm done.
Oops.
Okay, I'm going to investigate this slightly sticky key. Oh, a ton of junk fell inside, that's why. Take out the surrounding keys so I can actually get to it. Stab.
There we go.
Stabilizer does not pop out, fortunately. Well, yeah, I'll get my lube and I'll re-lube the stab because I can.
Do it.
Right? Crazy. Man, Brian, that board looks amazing, gotta say.
Yeah, I'm really liking this so far. Can't wait to get all these caps on it.
Oh yeah, the glue on this got so old it gunked up.
Ooh.
Disgusting. This board was lubed like 3 years ago with like really bad lube. Oh my god, it feels nasty on my fingers. Where's my new lube? Okay, where's my new lube at? Okay, using some grade 0.
Grade 0, huh?
Yep, it's just what I have on hands, you know. It's
Yeah.
thick, so it'll work for stabs just fine.
It's thick, so the community will like it. Thick. Adam was calling me basic AF. Wow, dude. I am, though.
Why was he calling you basic AF?
I don't know. This was several minutes ago, probably during my accent debacle. Not that it was a debacle, but my accent decision. Alrighty then. All dressed up. Question though, do I go with the 1.25 Windows or the 1.25 code keys?
Code keys.
I was thinking code 2. I don't really like the particular brand of Windows keys on this set. So I am going to swap those to code.
Cool. Space enter key no longer sticking. Yeah, dude, that lube looked so nasty. It was bad. Hey, but it's been resolved, and we can begin living again.
The Revo case is really tall. It goes up quite a ways past my wrist rest, which is already taller than usual.
Nice. Where did my key go? Where did my keycap go? Did I drop it? I don't know. Fun fact, guys, I'm wearing pants today.
What?
I think you can see my pants from me soldering. Where'd my keycap go? I took it off. I could have sworn. Oh, there it is. It was hiding among my Royal Waffle keys.
Keycaps like to hide.
Oh, these feel good. Pretty good. Not you know, Holy Panda good, but
Well, that's not surprising.
almost as good as stock Halo clears.
Wow.
So if you have, so you make Holy Pandas and you have extra Halo housings, this is probably your best bet on what to do with the housings.
Okay, I'm gonna move my camera around a little bit and maybe, you know, show you the board.
Give us a little tease, you know.
Since I'm right here. There's the board. Go a little. I'll go a little Huey on it and go like this.
Yeah, I love that shaky cam.
Hell yeah. So turned out pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and relocate this a little bit back up to my monitor. I am caught on something. There we go. There we are. So you can kind of see a little bit there. I got a little 4x4 macro pad for my for a little bit of my artisans.
Cool.
The RGB is like so bright against this white case that like
it's going through.
Shot. It like just totally goes through.
How's the gap between the plate / keycaps in the case? Seems kind of noticeable on the your right side, but I don't know if it's
noticeable.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I got them a little uneven. But oh well. It's there. It's there. Definitely there.
I guess I'll give you guys the. You guys will see the Huey shaky cam live in the flesh. So this is the same camera I use, by the way, for my reviews. But of course, it's gonna be downsampled. So I'm gonna start with this the same cleavage shot I always use. Okay, so it starts here. I'm just. So the other pan with the lights this time.
Oh man, Huey, you're so much more professional with that than I am. Yeah, what's up with your shift key?
Which one? The crookedness?
Your right shift, your split shift.
There you go. I just didn't set the keycap on right.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Your left GUI key isn't on all the way either.
I always forget because these are MX clear stems. The first time I'm using MX clear stems in like a year, 2 years. So I'm like, oh yeah, I had to push these things harder to get them to sit properly. Oh, these are rubbing. Lol? I need to fix that then.
What's rubbing?
The shift and FN. Oh wait.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's an easy solder fix.
Did you solder the shift in the wrong spot?
No, I shoved it in the right spot. It's just it's crooked slightly. The key is actually crooked.
Oh. This is why I always take my time, but I don't have mistakes like this in the end. JK LOL. Again, I'm seeing some questions, but it's always a little hard to go to when you don't use the TopClack tag. So make sure you do @TopClack if you actually have a question for us. That way we can see it a lot easier. BHKM00 asks, have you tried BKE Redux? Yes. I have tried BKE Redux. They are good. I have some on the way.
Dude, I love this remix of this song. Gotta say.
Yeah, if anybody's interested in this case, they're actually running it again on Mass Drop right now. Like right after they all shipped, they started running it again. So it's there. It's $150 with free shipping in the US.
So Brian, a question I asked you that you said you couldn't answer till you built it. For the value, do you prefer this board or the Clipe? with a dollar to case value.
Let me go grab my clip real quick.
Yeah, that's. I have to resolder this anyway, so. So is the shift crooked or is it FN key crooked? Yeah, it's usually FN key actually.
All right. So looking at them side by side, I guess that probably is the same angle. So they're very similar in terms of things like thickness, design. The Clipe has a bit more of a forward slant. Like this is me holding it flat. You can see on the back and the front, there's more of a forward slant, whereas the Revo One is a lot more uniform in that. It doesn't have that. This is flat. This is flat. So I actually do like the slightly more aggressiveness of the Clipe, which has the forward slant. I think that looks a little bit nicer, but you know, not terribly different either. The I think that the Clipe has a bit more of an aggressive typing angle. I say aggressive, but it's still pretty mild. The Revo One is just slightly more of a flat typing angle. Revo One also sits up a little bit higher, especially towards the bottom. I guess I can give you guys a little look of them next to each other. Rip your vertigo if anyone has that. Sorry.
Problem solved. Nice and easy. Lemon squeezy.
So here are them next to each other. The Revo One just feels like a slightly bulkier case just because it's a little bit bigger. Trying to work this like opposite camera angle. Really bad at this. And then try to get you guys a little angle here. Keep go one. Keep go one. So the Revo One is definitely a bit beefier of a case. I'll actually weigh them side by side right now, because I know people like that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna even though this won't be the final build for this board, I will show it off with the GON included feet, because I know these feet used to be pretty popular.
Let me wait for my scale to calibrate here. Alright, so I'm going to do this in freedom units first.
Yeah.
The Clipe, fully assembled, is 3 pounds 4 ounces. Again, 3 pounds 4 ounces. For uh, 1,477 grams. Which is what? That's I can't do gram to kilogram. Stupid. But 1,477 grams, or 3.4 ounces.
1.4 kilograms.
Oh, it is just that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Because a kilogram is
1,000.
2.2 pounds.
Oh, 2.2 pounds, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the fully built Revo One is 3 pounds 10 ounces. So this particular build is 3 ounces, or not 3 ounces, sorry, a little over 7 ounces heavier. It is worth noting that both of these builds are using brass plates, which they add a little bit to it, but because they're both using the same brass plate even, it makes it a little bit more even. So the Revo One is indeed 6 ounces, about 6 to 7 ounces heavier than the Clipe. I mean, I'm using Kale switches and cherry profile caps on both ABS, so the only real variable here is the case itself. So by default, the case itself is about 6 to 7 ounces heavier than the Clipe. And that Revo weight in kilograms is a little over 1.6.
I just want to show off. This is the angle with the GON feet. How tall they are. Which isn't a bad angle. I just don't like how the GON feet look that much.
Mono Genius asked, did I get the heavy or light Redux? I'm going to be getting both. I helped J-Chain out with some stuff, and he asked which ones I wanted, and I said both. He said okay. So as far as I know, he's sending me both. I told him if he wanted to send me extra, which he should, I will be giving them away on Top Clap. So we'll see if he did that or not.
That'd be cool.
Not sure how much he has to spare, but that'd be cool.
That would be amazing.
Anchorbaits asks, how much did you pay for the Revo and how much was the Clipe? I paid, it's the same price as it is on MasterUp right now. It's 150 with like free shipping. So I'm pretty sure I paid 150 bucks for the Revo One. So I got it during the first round on MasterUp. The Clipe I paid nothing for because Leandrin is too nice to me. But I think when it launched on One Up Keyboards, it was $180 plus shipping. So a little bit shy of 200 there if you're in the US. So I mean they're very similar. I think I like the Clipe a little bit more, but I like this enamel, the enamel finish on this a lot. This is really, really interesting to me. Yeah,
That's awesome.
so I would say they're, because I like the Clipe a little bit more, I would say they're about the same value because this one is cheaper. Revo One is definitely a little chunk cheaper. So I mean, they're both good. They're both high profile. They're both beefy aluminum cases. I mean, if I had a gun to my head, I would probably say the Revo One is overall a slightly better value, but I think the Clipe looks a little bit better because of the angle and the reduced gap by the keycaps. Do you think you'll need a wrist rest on the Revo One? Need? No, probably not. But I just use one by default always. Stormtrooper on Clipe? Yep, that was GMK Stormtrooper. Avid User 2 asked, getting a Real Force aluminum case? Do you mean the Norba Force? I think Huey's getting one. I probably will not.
I'm really on the fence because on one hand, like Normal Force, we tried out NorCal Meetup. Oh, looks amazing. That finish, cool. Like holy shit. But at the same exact time, I'm waiting to see what Yutsuki does with teasing the Zoe, the new TGR Zoe, which is also a Real Force case. I mean, worst case scenario, I get both and just cry more about, you know, my lack of funds and increasing credit card debt.
If I could get one, probably would. But being as broke as I am makes decisions really easy because the answer is just always no.
I'll probably sell a board to get.
I'm out of boards to sell, man. Like I can't sell anything else. Like without cutting into like sentimental value. It's just shit like Fiel, Creepe, and like my HHKB, and like other stuff like that. It's like I can't really sell those.
I only have like one to four boards I can sell without like really feeling it. Really feeling it. We'll have a sound test on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'll do a typing test at some point with this build too.
Because like doing it over Twitch, we realized like listening through like it doesn't sound great because of how the live stream encodes audio. So we'll actually do it with our mics and hopefully get some nice sounds for y'all. For people who are wondering, as someone asked earlier, I just double checked my invoice. Shipped from South Korea, this was $120 for my case. And that's with the countersunk screws options, which was like an additional $15. Just to have the
that with the plate too?
Yeah, with the plate. It's everything, including the feet. If you don't want countersunk screws and want the little nub screws that stick out, it's like $10 less. If you want to cheap, but I was like, no, I hate how that looks. Countersunk me all the way, my dude. Obviously, it's a bit pricier than what you might pay from like someone like Jollyman in the U.S. Or other places, but as far as I know, GON's the only one who has 5mm thick acrylic plates, and he's also like the only one who has the frosted look down IMO. When I talked to Jollyman about this, I met him at the SoCal meetup I hosted quite a while ago in Irvine. I had an older version of this case, and I brought it to him, and he's like, I can't do that yet. I'm like, understandable. And when you do, let me know, because I'd love to get one, but he still hasn't, as far as I know. So I went with this because I used to have one of these. I sold it. I missed it. Got another one with pretty similar switches to what I had before. I had 62 gram ergo clears. Now I have fake halo clears.
Yeah.
So are there any other questions before we start wrapping up? Wrapping up for Christmas.
That's still a month away.
Yeah, right? Phalo switches. What's that board? Which board?
Who's that Pokemon? My Genius says the heavy is kind of unpleasant, not because it is heavy, but because the tactility is way too much, in my opinion. I agree with that. There's a reason I don't really like BKE. I wouldn't use BKE as like a daily driver. Sound test for the boards, like Huey said. Yeah, we'll do that on YouTube or something.
Ooh, that was hot. 130 words per minute right there.
I'll do a very brief typing test.
Okay, let me turn the music off.
Yeah. Let me just open up something here. Alright, I'm gonna move my mic a little bit closer as well.
I'm gonna mute myself while you get that started.
Sure, this won't take long. Alright, I'm actually gonna remove one of my ear cups so I can hear it as well. Alright. Are you gonna mute yourself, Huey? Oh, the stream. Okay. Ah, fooled me. Alright. So you can go and unmute yourself. I'm done with that.
Cool. Someone's asking how fast you type.
Not very. If I'm really in the zone, I'm about 100 words per minute. On average, I'm probably between 80 and 90. Avid user 2 is asking, what color are you thinking for your real force case, your normal force, if you get one?
I really don't know. That white is beautiful. That purple is beautiful. There's no rose gold option, so no rose. Or I actually would get rose gold if I had rose gold. Not just because that's one of our Discord memes, but I don't know. I really don't know. It's especially hard for like me because like that price differential between like that bottom of the barrel like 220 250 to like the 380 for a case. The wrinkle finish is cool. That black wrinkle finish is really cool. There's a lot of great options for that buy, honestly. Like Ryan did an amazing job with deciding on the finishes, the colors, and everything, where he's making it very difficult for a lot of people to decide what they want in terms of color. Like for a lot of people, for a lot of customs and group buys, it's kind of like right there, done. That's my color. Why would I get anything else? But man, not making it easy on us. Not making it easy on us.
Indeed. Yeah. So any more closing questions before Huey and I take off here?
Show off my Switch. Oops, wrong way. Organization. Not my Switch organization. My keyboard stuff organization. Look at that. Look at that. That's how I organize all my keyboard stuff at my desk.
A nice suit. That's pretty good. I need to get a label maker. That's pretty cool.
Springs, screws, more springs, lube and pullers and stabs and just knives. A whole thing of loose switches, because yeah. Thanks everyone for watching though. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. I'm gonna have a typing video up tonight for this board. Expect a review from me for the Hako Trues soon. Brian's doing a review for the Hako Clears that should be coming out pretty soon as well. That will be very, very hype. And also, if you've been following Top Clack stuff, you might have known I've released episode 1 of Which Switch last week. Sometime in the next 3 to 4 days, you'll be seeing episode 2, which will cover how to read force curve graphs.
Indeed. So a couple shameless plugs, obviously. As per the norm, if you check out below the stream, you can check out our official Discord channel. You can join us there and hang out with us. Lots of really cool people there. We've been having a lot of fun in there. Usually I'm not too active in those kind of chats, but I definitely enjoy being in the Top Clack one. So we spend a lot of time there. A lot of good people. A lot of good stuff going on. And also our YouTube channel under there. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel under the Twitch stream there. Got links for that as well.
Subscribing to our Twitch would be awesome as well. And maybe if you have Twitch Prime, because you have Amazon Prime, and if you haven't, spent your month's free sub on someone, maybe consider throwing it our way if you'd like to support what we do. It helps us improve our production value, help us do giveaways, reviews, and all the good stuff that we try to do for the community. This show really exists based off of the contributions of both the community and our sponsors. So y'all mean a lot to us. We thank y'all for that.
Speaking of sponsors, we have a few of them. Input Club being one of them. They are fantastic people. They do a lot of cool things, including the White Fox, the Night Fox, the K-Type, the new Hako switches, which Huey and I have been in love with lately. You can still pick those up for the next 3 days if you go over to kono.store. And while you're there, you can check out the link I just posted there. You can get a Top Clack shirt, and that supports us quite a bit. We definitely like that. So make sure to grab some Hako switches and a shirt.
And if you're unsure about the Hako switches, like I mentioned, Brian and I are working on reviews, and our reviews will be out before the Hako switch pre-orders end. So you'll have hopefully a more informed decision about the Hako switches before you hop in. Although even though pre-orders will end, they will be available for order after the fulfillment period, I believe. Well, we will check with Input Club on that when they plan on their next pre-order batch after this this round of pre-orders.
Yep. And speaking of switches, Novel Keys, one of our other partners, doing awesome work with Kale lately. Make sure you head over to novelkeys.xyz if you're in the mood to buy some switches or need some switches for a new build. It's got huge selection, including a lot of things that are pretty much exclusive to just him. A lot of the the newer Kale Pro and Heavy switches are all about him. And he's got the big switch going on, which we showed off a little bit in the past. That's pretty cool as well. If you use promo code TOPCLACK, 2 words, you get 5% off your total order. And you can also send him little love notes if there's a little comment section there.
Actually, if you do order from him, we'd love it if you said, "Hey, Top Clack, Quakem sent me."
Yeah, it's like so that way, like people know, like old Mike will know, like how much impact that we as a community can have on him.
Same thing for Input Club. If you order Hako switches, let them know. Top Clack sent me your way. And send a love letter to them in the message. They always appreciate that as well.
Say something really nice about Hata and say something really mean about Andrew. And that we sent you.
And then last but certainly not least is our partners from the Far East over in China, Z Frontier, who has been running some amazing products recently, like the Time T Keyboard group buy that just concluded, as well as the current ALF group buy they have going on, which Brian is working on a review for the ALF. Real quick, Brian, how are you liking the ALF so far?
The ALF is awesome. And not only is it awesome, but like the value for it is really good compared to most other higher tier 60% kits, because it comes with a lot more than most other kits and it's less expensive. 280 ships is pretty darn good if you ask me. There's a link to the Z Frontier site. You can check out stuff there. They're running a couple things, including DSA Peach, which they've been really proud of lately, which is pretty awesome. I've been told that we're getting a sample of that set. It's pretty cool. I like the set. Especially the white.
Those white mods would look wonderful on that Revo. I just realized that.
Wait a minute. I don't wait.
No, I'm sorry. White alphas, not white mods. White alphas.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, where are the white mods?
Those white alphas would look amazing on your Revo.
Oh yeah. I'm not totally in love with the yellow alphas, but I do love the white alphas with the pink and like yellowish mods. I think that looks really cool.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely use that on this case, and it would probably look freaking amazing. So yeah, make sure you go check out that. The ALF group buy is still going on right now. DSA Peach still going on right now. They got other stuff as well. They're helping out Top Clack a lot, not only by providing us like review samples and stuff, but they're also taking parts of our Top Clack episodes and subbing them in Chinese and Mandarin for their community out there, which is really cool because that brings our content over there and it helps them out because they don't really have access to a lot of the same things that we do, because we're primarily an English speaking community. Like Reddit and Geek Pack and Death Authority aren't in Chinese, so it makes it a little bit harder for them. So us getting that kind of entertainment information over to them is really cool. And they've been really happy about that, and so have we.
Yeah.
So shout outs to them for helping us out. And
check them out. They have a lot of sets and stuff stocked on their store as well, more than just group buys. They've ran some pretty cool stuff in the past, and we're excited to see what else they run in the future.
Couple more questions coming in before we
Yeah, of course.
take off here. Abeduser2 is asking, how do you like the case, Huey?
I really, really like the case. It's the, as far as I know at the moment, in my opinion, the best acrylic case on the market.
Because high profile.
Because high profile. So I was misunderstood. Originally, I thought this was a polycarb case. It's not. It's acrylic. GON actually does have a 60% polycarb case for 60%. But I remembered at the last minute, I changed my order to this one because his polycarb case is only for low profile. And
Boo.
yeah. I mean, I don't like low profile. As you might see, I'm screwing together this low profile case for storage. The only reason I have this low profile case is it's the only green that goes really well with that Royal Alpha set. Until I get like a white board, maybe I'll throw that Royal Alpha on my E6. But
Toby asks, if someone wanted to practice soldering and all that, what station should we consider buying, and what should we practice with? That's a pretty good question.
Great question. Actually, I have some decent feedback on this. So
take it away.
First, you can check out our partner Input Club. On their website, they actually have a section for recommended solder equipment. It's a pretty good, well fleshed out section. But there's also a lot of people in the community who recommend a lot of things. My honest recommendation is consider how much you'll solder. If you're only planning on maybe soldering 1 or 2 boards and saying, yeah, I'm happy with these boards I've built and I'm done. Or maybe you solder maybe once a year for a keyboard. Don't get something super expensive. Maybe get like a $40 Weller WLC 100 like I own. And that'll do you amazing. But if you think, no, I really want to get into this, I want to solder a lot, Huey, then maybe you should start looking at some more expensive things. In terms of practicing, go on MechMark and be like, hey, do you have a dead PCB where like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 switches are dead? I will buy it for super cheap, or if you're willing to give it to me for shipping price, I will take it off your hands. So because you can practice on a dead PCB as long as some of the switches work, some of the pads work to actuate. Yeah. So you can be like, I'm going to practice soldering this 5 key, which I know works. Click it, doesn't work. Then I'm going to desolder this 5 key, resolder a new switch in. Does it still work? You know how to solder, you know how to desolder.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good advice. A lot of times I see people on RMK, they ask the same questions. They're just like, hey, like what should I buy for a soldering iron? And immediately the first 30 answers are going to be Hako FX888D or whatever it is, which isn't a bad soldering iron by any means.
It's great.
But I mean, aside from yesterday's Black Friday deal and the occasional deals of that nature, it's upwards of $100, which for its value isn't necessarily bad. But if someone's just going to build 1 or 2 boards, it's terrible value. Paying $100 to only build 1 or 2 boards is really bad.
Paying someone's labor would be cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. So, you don't really need to spend that kind of money unless, you're actually going to be building several boards. Because otherwise, you just go on Amazon or something and look up. I know there's on Amazon. There's like a $25 or $30 kit that comes with an adjustable soldering iron. A stand. I think it's got multiple tips. It has a solder sucker that you saw Huey use earlier very effectively. It's like $25 and you get like all that stuff.
Like you can probably ask Brian or most people in the community, I am the king of value when it comes to my soldering equipment. I've had the same soldering equipment since I've started this hobby, yet I've built dozens of boards by now. Like people ask me all the time why I haven't upgraded, because I want to get the most value out of I can. My soldering station, $40, and I've built over 20 keyboards with it. Easy. I've desoldered just the same, over the same amount using this solder sucker. As long as you're willing to put in the practice and really learning your tools, they'll get you a long, long way. I do plan on upgrading though. Won't lie.
Yeah. And yeah, if you were lucky enough yesterday to pick up that soldering iron, the FX888D, it was like $60 or like $68 at Fry's.
Yeah, Fry's. Yeah, that's a great deal.
Fry's.
B-dubs.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, lots of options out there, man. Just don't overpay if you're not going to be building the correct amount of boards for how much you're paying. Um, I have a pretty good station, but I also build a ridiculous amount of keyboards. So, but I built my first two boards with like a $20 or $25 that kit from Amazon. Like it was like their best seller, whatever, and like it totally worked fine. I used it on two boards. That was great. And obviously I could have done more, but I realized that I wanted something a bit more powerful and a bit more options because I knew I'd be building a lot. What solder station do I have? I have the Aoyu 701A++, which I think is discontinued now, or there's like a newer version. But originally it has a desolder gun on it, and it has the soldering iron with a fume extractor, and it's just like a big station which has like the filter and the pumps and stuff. That's what I use. The desoldering gun is okay. I have since upgraded to the Hako FR 300, which is like almost a $300 desoldering gun, like just desoldering gun, and I use that a lot because I had a lot of boards to desolder, and that helped a lot.
I need to get a desoldering station gun. I mean, yeah, I work really well with my soldering pump, but
yeah, you could work about 4 to 5 times faster with one. Avid User 2 also asks, have you considered looking eBay for used higher-end soldering stations? I think I could find really nice stuff for good money. Yeah, used stuff is almost always good value. That's the same in like almost any community. Like used keyboards, used audio equipment, like used tools. Like as long as they still work as intended, then used stuff should always be considered. Oh damn, how much was it? It was like $280 for the Hako FR 300. 280-ish. Someone actually, I didn't even pay for it. Someone bought it for me because I was doing a bunch of keyboard work for him. And that helped out a lot. I've desoldered numerous boards with that already, and it's a breeze. I've even done it on stream once or twice. It's like I can get through a 60% in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, the time it takes Brian to finish is 60%. I'd probably do like how I did. What we did, I did 1.5 rows with my solder sucker on a 60%, and Brian did the whole board. So that's the time difference.
And I could have done it faster, but I kept the heat a little bit low, and I didn't clean it completely properly before I did it.
Brian could have done it faster, and I was really going to. So
yeah, it's really quick.
It's amazing.
It's actually fun to desolder because you're just like meh, 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 meh. And it's like the joints are always like super clean too. Like there's never any solder left. It's always like a complete desolder. Yeah. Anyways, now that things are starting to slow down, it's probably a good time to head out.
Yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you once again to our sponsors. Everyone's watching. Feel free to subscribe to our Twitch, YouTube, social media, etc., etc., etc. Hope to see you on our Discord. You can catch us every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific for our normal Top Clack show. So until then, everyone, stay classy. And I guess I'll roll the intro.
Probably make an outro.
Yeah, right? I just reverse our intro.
No. Top Clack is better than that now.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Okay, we're good.